Hi, today in this short video I'm gonna explain you how a metaphysical anatomy session works, what to expect, and also to have a feeling if that is actually right for you. So step number one is going to be to go on the website or on Instagram, click on the link for the booking and booking through there. It is very important for me that you do it through the link because I need you to answer the questionnaire before our session. This is actually to not waste time during our session so that I can already have a background and understand better where we're starting from. Some of the questions, sometimes some clients get confused is talking about ancestor, if you know anything that was already relevant. This is like if you know, for example, that your ancestor have been in war or that have been like in a very difficult situation or something that you might be aware of. If you don't know anything about it, you just leave it blank or just write not available. It's perfectly fine. It's just so that we already know that if we have that one, we can also work on those bases. Once you have completed your form, you're gonna have a confirmation. You can decide if you want to do your session through Zoom, which is usually the most common, or if you can't use the video, you can also do just a simple phone call. But I would highly suggest to actually choose something with a video because I can actually tune into your body, see where you're at, and the session would actually have a better pace. But there are people that do the session online just so on the call, and that's perfectly fine. You can choose phone call, you can choose WhatsApp video, you can decide to use a Messenger video, but the one that I suggest is Zoom because it's usually the most stable and allowed to have like a nice and smooth session. Once you've booked, you're gonna receive a confirmation with your link 15 minutes before your session. This is if you have chosen to do your session with Zoom. If you have decided another type of call, I'm just gonna need you to fill up with your phone number or just how to contact you. So just at the moment of the session, I will be able to call you on that number. So during the day of the session, what it's gonna happen, we're just gonna have a chat to understand where you're at, what would you like to work on, what is actually hard for you in this time, if you've got limiting beliefs you want to work on, or if you've got patterns that are reoccurring. So we just kind of understand what is the goal of your session. Then it's gonna be a little bit of energy work where I'm just gonna go silent. I'm just gonna release the emotion that we have analyzed just before so that we just prepare the body to actually get the change. Then I'm gonna have some affirmations where I'm basically doing like a reprogramming of your brain because we've got those limiting beliefs or we've got those blockages from our childhood, and we basically just like if it was a computer, we just reprogram the brain so that it's not going to react anymore in the same way. So we're basically just gonna rewrite what we actually want to work on and what we would like to change. After that, we're just gonna have a little check-in, seeing how we're feeling. And when we are done with this, if we feel that the session was successful and complete, we're just gonna go through a little integration, which means that basically I'm just making sure that all the changes and all the work that we've done is gonna be permanent, and we're not gonna have to work on those things anymore in the future. This is very important because you might notice that sometimes you work on stuff and then it pops up again. So this is like a really good way to actually make sure that this is like done and we can move forward. You have to keep in mind that after the session is gonna be like around 7 to 8 days of integration. We've just released all those emotions in our body, and the energy is gonna flow and kind of move back and forward into your body and just like rearrange a little bit. So this is gonna happen for the next week after the session, so the healing still is moving forward. And during this integration and week, I really suggest you to really pay attention to what's happening in your life. You're gonna have tests, you're gonna have situation happening, and it's really, really important to be conscious and really be aware of your reactions towards these new situations, because sometimes we just give it for granted and don't even notice it, but most likely you're just gonna react different from what you would have done before, or like something would not would not have the same charge that it had before, so you would feel like way more relaxed about it, or just like not triggered really. So I invite you really during that week to be like really just being there with your emotions, with your reactions, with what's happening. And most likely, yes, something is gonna be happening during the week where you are actually facing what we've worked on, a kind of little test to see what is gonna be your reaction. A lot of time I got asked, how many sessions do you need to actually release emotions or pain in your body? So this is very different from person to person. Emotions, I usually feel that in one session you can clear them off. Also limiting belief or pattern, usually in one session we can work on it. But if it's like a pain in the body or something a little bit deeper, it might take few more sessions. You might be lucky and you can tap straight away into the very core reason of why the pain is there, but sometimes it might take few more sessions so that the energy slowly moves and then you can actually get to the very core one. It might happen as well that after we worked on some emotions, there's something else that actually gets the chance to come up. Maybe was less important, it was not necessarily the first thing that you needed to look at, so it was maybe just you didn't notice it before, and then after you work on the first emotion, that might pop up, and then we've got a chance to work also on that one. So that is really up to you how important it is, how you feel, if you want to do another session, but I really invite you to tune into your body and feel how you're feeling, and yeah, just like really be present with your body, and you are the only one that really knows if you need another session or not. If you've got any other questions around how it works, please don't hesitate to contact me on a message. I usually don't answer phone calls because most of the time I would be in a session, so it's really hard for me to actually answer phone calls, but I would answer your messages as soon as possible. If you don't find a time that suits you on the bookings, please just send me a message if you are in a different time zone, or if you need me to arrange. We can always move around, or I can always make some space for you. So just like, please just contact me if you find that it's hard for you to actually find a time where you can arrange with work, or maybe you're just on another side of the world. So this is it for now. I hope this explained the session, and that would give you more of an understanding on how it works. If you haven't already, maybe have a look at the emotions video as well to understand better metaphysical anatomy if you are not familiar with it yet. And for now, thank you for listening, and see you the next time.